More time indoors may inspire you to cozy up with a good book. This month's edition of Cincinnati Magazine is about the city's deep connection to the written word. And joining me now to talk about the Queen City's good reads is John Fox, who's the editor-in-chief of Cincinnati Magazine. And John, it's good to see you this morning. The theme of this month's issue is a book smart, and the joy of reading seems to be about all things reading resources. Share with us your thinking behind this.
Sure. Well, it's just one more activity that sort of has been impacted by the pandemic, and in some ways this has been a good thing. But the reason we did this is, if you think about it, reading and writing both are pretty solitary activities. But having said that, once you are a reader or a writer, now you're part of a community. So there are plenty of ways for people who are readers to interact with each other through book clubs, through great bookstores in town, libraries, private libraries. So we tried to pull all that together to, sort of remind people that even if you're doing like you just said, you're at home, cozy it up with a good book, you are not alone. You are part of a community of readers. And here's a way that maybe people can connect with each other.
Yeah, now you've separated that community, those community resources into different segments. Tell us more about those segments.
Sure. So we have public libraries, of course. Cincinnati and Hamilton County's library is one of the busiest in the whole country. But obviously every county has its own, including Northern Kentucky. So we talk about some of the new things that each of those library systems have done. And then we highlight some of the private libraries, the Mercantile Library in particular, which is a great resource. We also talk about writing groups like Women Writing for a Change and Wordplay, which is, again, a way for you to sort of get some feedback on your writing or learn how to be a better writer. We talk about trips you can take around the state and around the area to learn more about writing. So for instance, there's a Ohio Literary Trail where you can basically drive around the state and see really cool historic aspects of writing. Big one here in Cincinnati, besides the Mercantile Center, of course, is the Harriet Beecher Stowe House in Walnut Hills. So there's a lot of ways you can interact with people who are writers and readers.
One thing I didn't even think about is you have a section on non-book libraries.
Libraries.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so there are places where you can, the Play Library, for instance, is a place where you can check out games and puzzles for kids. Tool Library is a place where you can, the same idea, you can rent or borrow tools that you can use around your house. So yeah, the idea of a library isn't just about books. It's about sharing. It's about sort of getting, passing on expertise to people who are looking for a little bit more that way.
Yeah, I guess the bottom line is, even though we have screens all around us, the written word is still very, very important to us.
It is. And again, you can do it by yourself. You can do it in groups. You can go to a bookstore. I'm sure we've all done that and hang out and just thumb through the aisles and then talk to people, talk to the staff. So yeah. Reading isn't just sitting by yourself.
All right, John Fox, editor of Cincinnati Magazine, a great resource this month. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.